Good morning, friends. And Wendy and Don, welcome back. It's nice to have you back. Um, those of us who live in Southwest New Mexico probably know that there is some cold, wintry weather on the way this week. I checked the forecast last night, and it looks like it's going to be pretty cold and windy and wintry all week. What a great opportunity for us to meditate and increase our practice. I don't know about you all, but I I feel especially inclined to meditate when the weather turns cold. I don't know, maybe it has to do with the fact that the meditation practices that I've learned and we are learning and training in are of a Tibetan tradition. And they know cold in Tibet. So maybe that's what the connection is. I don't know, but um, I would invite you to maybe think about giving yourself the treat of doing a little bit more practice, since you might be sheltering in place anyways, a little more than usual. So why don't we go ahead and settle in for some meditation? Please go ahead and settle into a comfortable meditation posture. Using whichever method you find most effective, allow both your physical body and your mind to start to settle and rest, to become quiet and still. And when you're ready, in your own time, please go ahead and transition into meditation on the inner body. As always, please feel free to connect with the mountain. The mountain is balanced, grounded, and stable. All the mountain does is observe silently. Snow may fall on the mountain or not. The wind may blow, the sun may shine. Water in a nearby river may turn into ice and then turn back into water. The mountain simply observes silently. No praise, no blame, no labeling, no expectation. Be a mountain. Be a mountain with consciousness as you silently observe sensations within your own body mountain. Now, very gently, allow your consciousness to become less absorbed as you begin to arise from meditation. We dedicate all of the merit from this morning's meditation and Dharma talk to world peace. May all beings without exception have an abundance of pure air and water, delicious, nutritious food, safe, warm, dry, reliable, affordable shelter, and comfortable, functional, attractive clothing. And with everyone's basic needs met, may we all enter and progress on wisdom, compassion-based paths that lead to complete liberation from all forms of suffering. We make special dedications to our Sangha sister, Karen Murphy. May Karen enjoy a swift and complete return to perfect health. Completely fill up your belly and lungs with air, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes and bring your meditation to an end. So, welcome back, everyone. We are continuing our discussion of the perfection of concentration, coming down the home stretch, actually. I think we will probably complete our discussion of the perfection of concentration on Friday. And throughout this, we have been talking about obstacles to concentration, really, but we haven't really talked about how to improve our concentration, like techniques for improving our concentration. Those instructions are kind of hard to find. It's it's sort of a tricky topic. It's a subtle topic for us to come up with methods, identify methods through which we can focus our awareness more single-pointedly. Just to refresh your memory, early on in our discussion of the perfection of concentration, we talked about our activities during the meditation break, and the fact that what we do during the meditation break drives success during the meditation session. Ultimately, success during the meditation session is driven by karma. That's the ultimate determinant of success or non-success during the meditation session. And of course, the most beneficial karmic seeds that we can plant is meditation itself. Through our meditation session this morning, for example, we were planting the seeds for fruitful meditation sessions in the future. What we're doing during the meditation session isn't really creating the karma, or a better way to put it, I think, is we won't experience the effects of our meditation session during that meditation session. Really, ultimately, all we're doing is planting seeds. With regard to meditation practice and all of our activities, we're planting seeds for future effects. So, but anyways, the ultimate determinant of the fruit that we experience during the meditation session is karma. But kind of more immediate and in more conventional terms, if you will, what we do during the meditation break also strongly influences our experiences during the meditation session. We can't lead an absent-minded, and isn't that an interesting term? We can't lead our lives in an absent-minded way for virtually all of our meditation break. We can't lead an absent-minded life during the meditation break and then expect to be able to sit down, pardon me, for 15 or 30 minutes during a meditation session and focus single-pointedly. It's just probably almost certainly not going to happen. Eckhart Tolle, I heard him once say in a public talk that our mindfulness during the meditation break is basically limited to not bumping into things when we walk around living our lives, not running into furniture. That's kind of the extent of our mindfulness ordinarily. So don't want to spend too much time on that. I think a really important means for us to improve our concentration in meditation is to come to regard our experience of meditation, our state of meditative equipoise, such as it is, as being a really enjoyable experience. Yeah. If we come to regard sitting in meditation, focusing our awareness on sensations within the inner body or whatever our object of meditation might be, if we come to associate that with a pleasurable experience, then we're more likely to really apply ourselves, to apply effort, the perfection of effort, to our practice, and thus our concentration will naturally improve. It's an interesting thing. It's a curious thing what we humans come to regard as pleasurable experiences. Some of the food things that we eat and regard as pleasurable are very interesting. Donuts, for example, some of us regard eating donuts as being a pleasurable experience. Chili cheese fries. For some of us, chili cheese fries are objects of enjoyment. Very interesting. Some of us in Southwest New Mexico might say, oh, well, my tastes are actually more refined. I actually eat green chili cheese fries. So, how about instead of some of those types, or screens, spending hours upon hours, reading blog sites and crazy things, YouTube videos that really don't have any meaning, various web pages, countless hours on Facebook. I might be hitting close to home on that one. Sorry if I am, but I'm not really that sorry. What if instead of some of those activities, we came to really regard resting in the spacious clarity that comes from meditative equipoise, focusing on sensations in the inner body, and thus dissolving this rigid, concrete notion that we have about body, which leads to a rigid, concrete notion that we have about self, the I, which in turn leads to complete freedom. And it starts with just bringing our awareness in a space of quiet stillness, just focusing on sensations within the inner body. What if we came to regard that application of our time and energy as the most enjoyable thing that we can do? How can concentration not come about from that view, that recognition? So the other technique that I'd like to share with you in the last few minutes that we have of our session this morning, as a means of improving our concentration, I'm going to draw from the Ganges Mahamudra by Tilopa. And one of the verses that Tilopa offers to his student Naropa on the banks of the river Ganges, almost 1,000 years ago, was Tilopa said, those of little experience, if they find that they cannot remain in that state, and that state is Mahamudra, that state is Mahamudra, and we might not be sure we know what the word Mahamudra, the term Mahamudra means. That's okay. It'll come to us. We'll keep coming back to it over and over. For now, we're focusing on those of little experience who find they cannot remain in that state may apply or hold the technique of the breathing and emphasize the essence of awareness. Through many techniques and branches, such as gaze and holding the mind, tighten awareness until it stays put, exerting tension or effort until awareness comes to rest in that state or in its nature. A lot of words there, a lot of different ideas, all of them very subtle, but what I'd invite you to focus on is tightening your awareness until your awareness stays put. Now, this is a really delicate balance that we have to strike, and it's and there can be consequences if we try to tighten our awareness too much. There's a thing called lung, L-U-N-G, lung, which is a Tibetan word, which means wind disease. We tighten our awareness too much, and it constricts our internal energy winds, and we will actually experience physical pain. Sometimes we experience in the head, more often in the region of the chest. Lung is a real thing. I've experienced it before. So when we follow Tilopa's advice, for those of us with little experience who are not yet able to abide in a state of Mahamudra, tighten awareness until it stays put, exerting tension or effort until awareness comes to rest in that state or in its nature. But do it gently. Please, please do it gently, because if we do it too tightly, which I've done, we'll experience all sorts of problems, and let's just not go there. So when it comes to tightening awareness, just do it experiment with it in very, very teeny increments and see what happens. That's kind of that's the best I can offer in terms of instructions on how to actually improve our concentration, tightening awareness, and again, without expectation of results, without being attached to achieving improved concentration or experiencing benefits of meditation. Just gently, gently, gently experiment with tightening awareness and see what happens. Okay. That advice from the Mahasiddha Tilopa. Thank you for being here this morning, dear Sangha friends. I'll see you on Friday at 8:30, I hope. Have a great week.
Thanks, Jeff.
You're most welcome, everybody. You're most welcome. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Diana.